Do 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 do. Yep, we are live. Most definitely live. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the actual stream and see how actual stream is doing. Actual stream is doing exactly what I want it to do. Okay, so dev stream. Yep, don't have a lot of these, so that's fun. The last time I did this, I was suffering from success with my cohorts with absolutely abysmal rock puzzles. So that was fun. I don't think I'm gonna be live for all too long. I have a lot to do tomorrow, and it's kind of late at the minute. It's like, it's about 1:15 midnight. So, not the best time to be doing a stream for me at the minute. I thought I wanted to test this out. We'll do it, right? So I thought, yeah, this would be a good time. We'll do it. So basically what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be compiling a tile set, and I'm going to start making a map. I'll probably be going for, we'll say about 2 hours. I have a lot of phone calls to do tomorrow. I'm not really allowed to talk about it. Or at least I'm not allowing myself to talk about it. But I got a lot of phone calls to make, and it's gonna be a headache. So that's all fun and games tomorrow before I have to go to work. I was gonna use my Friday morning to do a stream, but well, I have a lot of phone calls and I don't know how long they're gonna take because well, yeah. So yeah, dev stream, all right. I thought this would be a good time to do it. Just gonna post out that I'm live. Let's see, just copy. That's a good start. You can probably hear me typing. What am I doing? Right, okay, so that one's now there. I can ignore this one. Where's Twitter? Tweet out I'm here. Okay. Alright, sweet. So close all these. Okay, so for the sake of me keeping the stream up, I have muted the any other audio aside from this one track. There won't be any other audio besides this one track. It's going to loop and keep going for infinity, which is always fun. Hopefully this track doesn't get too old. I think it's pretty chill, which is what I want to kind of like emulate here, but it's chill. So okay, what have I done for this particular map? So, okay, I'm gonna give you a bit of a spoiler. So we got this map, right? This map is the main town in Chapter 2 of Tengai. Tengai is already out. You look up Pokemon Tengai, you can find this fan game already out. The first chapter is basically... it's all done, right? And like since then I've been working on chapter 2. That's my main goal at the minute. It's just to finish chapter 2 because chapter 2 is going to be a bit bigger, a bit more world expanding, a bit more like, you know, all that kind of good jazz. So chapter 1 is basically the giant tutorial where I was testing out stuff and finding my footing with the game and like yada yada yada. And chapter 2 is where I'm gonna like let loose, do a bit more, and end up where I need to be. So chapter 2 has basically been this map, this map, this map, this map, this map, this map, and this map. This is all I've done for this part so far. I've been taking it slow. I'm not really like in a rush for this because I feel like if I rush it, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I'm kind of, well, I'm not making it up as I go along, but I'm kind of like sorting myself out, if you get what I mean. So we're going to be doing this map today. This is what I'm going to be doing. So I think this is the best option. Okay, so we got... This is going to be a marsh area. We don't see a lot of those. Maybe in like official Pokemon we've seen... maybe like the one. I think it's Pistoria Marsh, right? It's like the one time we've ever seen a marsh in a Pokemon game. And they haven't showed us any since then, right? And I thought to myself, well, the marshes are really good. And I also have like a nice little... Hold on, I'm going to bring up a little image. Because I've got like a little cute little test image of what I want to do with this. Let's open it up. Yep. So basically, we are here, and then we want to go here. This is like the basic setup I have for this new patch. The same kind of like deal as the first patch, whereas like, okay, you go off and you get to hub town and you go to different directions, but I want to make it so that each section goes onto its own storyline with its own like kind of unique-ish region, and they all tie together. So like it'll kind of be the same layout, but like there'll be more to do, I guess. And I want to keep expanding the... There's gonna be 4 chapters total for Tengo, right? So I want to keep expanding on this idea, making the world feel more alive. At the minute, chapter 2 does not look alive. And chapter 1 was basically the gigantic tutorial area, right? That tutorial area can be at least 7 hours long if you like are taking your time, because that was how long it took me to do one of my test runs when I was doing everything. So I have started to compile the tile set, but we're probably going to be doing a bit more tile set compiling. So we got this bit. So I'm going to take this as a starting point. These tiles are by Adelio. So if you how is it on there? I forget what that DeviantArt's called. It's like Azery? I just know him by Adelio, but he's a friend of mine, so I think that's the right one. Maybe not, I don't know. I can just look at my DeviantArt real quick, hang on. I'm gonna look at that real quick. This is gonna be a very scuffed stream. I'm not like entirely focused. I'm not entirely like yeah, I'm not entirely focused. I'm not entirely like feeling like I need to be focused. So I'm not going to be focused. I'm probably going to be like jumping around. I haven't really got anyone to talk to today, so I'm kind of, and I didn't really feel like going into a voice channel. So I thought I'd try like my hand at solo deving and talking about stuff while I'm doing it. I cannot find... It's been a while since I used my DeviantArt. Holy cow. What is... E-M-E-I-R-Y. If you find that on DeviantArt, that guy, you'll know he's got like a cute pixel art thingy up. He does a lot of tile sets. So if you really need like a cool Gen 3 tile set, he's got quite a lot. I also use eCat tiles a lot. So you can find her on DeviantArt as well. If you're really into it, you could look for it. That will be... So that's where we're starting, right? So I'm going to be looking at different tiles I already have. say for example, okay, this one. This is the outage tile set. It's pretty small, but it has most of the basics I want. Okay, so let's go back into it a bit. So, chapter 1 was very snow area. I want to see. I want to go backwards in seasons. That is my gigantic plan. All right. We go winter. We go to autumn, which is where we had these red tiles. Where we had the red tiles, the orange tiles, and like the kind of faded outs. This chapter is going to be very like autumny themed. You couldn't tell from the pumpkins and the really nice colors. So that's the basic idea I have for this update. So yeah. So chapter 2 is going to be autumn based. It's going to be a lot bigger than chapter 1. Everything's going to have their own separate, own separate contained storylines, which once you finish, you can go back into the main town, can progress the story there a bit more. That's the general story, and then you can go to somewhere else, right? Will there be more functions, like, well, quote-unquote, HM replacements this time around? There will be a few, but not as many as Chapter 1. Chapter 1 gave us a lot of options. We've got stuff like surfing and flash, and we've got, like, strength, cart. Like, those are very basic HMs, right? So, those will definitely be used here in different areas, right? So we've got probably surf down here. We'll have, like, probably strength over here, maybe some strength up here, like, cut over here as well. Like, they're not going to, like, disappear, but there's also going to be some other ones, because, as you can see, there's waterfalls. If this goes down, you need to have waterfalls go back up. The waterfall's there. The two main ones I think I settled on are definitely going to be, like, waterfall and rock climb. Those are the two I'm definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, I'm going to include in this patch. So I have to build areas around those two functions, as well as the ones that we already have. So those are the plan. That's the plan. Yeah, that's the plan. With that, I'm gonna start porting over some of these tiles to see if I can make some headway tonight on this tile set. I've been told I'm very quick when I'm making maps, so hopefully that isn't false. But I have been able to pump out a map pretty quickly. I have not. Have I got the right selection here? I have? Why does this look smaller though? Hang on. I don't know. I'm just being stupid. So we want the flowers. We want these ones. It's too high. I also do my tile sets in like probably the most painful way physically possible. So I apologize for anyone who finds offense in the way I do my tile sets, because I too agree that I do very annoying things. Right. If put all these in one place, it's going to annoy me otherwise. Right, if I can do... Okay, that... Right, so I need to find a conversation topic that I can just kind of like spout out. Okay. So I've been playing a lot of games recently, and I feel like that's good and all, but I also want to make sure that I'm not just playing games. I'm also playing I'm also like deving. And I do dev, like when I have free time. When I'm not streaming, I'm usually deving. Sorry, when I'm not streaming, working, eating, or sleeping, I'm deving. I'm usually hanging out in the voice channel with some friends, making you know this, amongst other things. That is basically how I spend my time off. So, yeah, okay, so that's how I spend my time off. So I find deving really, really important. It's like something I have to do in my daily life to actually like make my brain function properly. I don't know how to explain it more than that. It's like if I don't dev, I start like I don't know. I'm not. I stop focusing. Is probably the right way to put it. I can't. I need to like focus on something for a few hours to like distract myself from what happens in like my everyday life. Oh, hang on. I need to do this. If I don't start this whole thing, it's not gonna. I do that, and I do this, and then I do that. Okay. So I'm gonna quickly do a quick tile test. Doop. All these are now updated. Let us zoom in a little bit. I apologize, I had the grid up. This grid up here is just so I can tell where the tree line borders are. I usually turn it off once I'm done with it, or I use it to like tell where I need to place tiles to make sure that I want to make sure that every one of these squares has something in it to make it so you don't have a giant open area where you just don't have something going on, right? Because that can be boring. You're walking through an area, so let's say over here, right? You're walking through the area, and it's just this, right? And that's like an entire screen where you're just not seeing anything. I hate that, and I try and. It's not like I'm trying to jam pack the entire map. It's that I don't want the player to walk through an area and think to myself, wow, this is a really boring area. So... Wait, is that even done right? It hasn't. Okay. So, RPG Maker has 3 different layers. It has the first layer, the second layer, and the third layer. So you put something on here, for example, if I do take this tree, I'll put this tree here. Then you go on to the third layer, you put like this tree here. They layer up like this. You can also use the event layer, but I really wouldn't recommend using the event layer for mapping itself, because that's like it's such a hassle. I try and cram a lot onto layer 1, and then layer 2 is basically my extra. Like layer 2 and 3 are my extra layers. So basically, what I do is I take a base, and I do that, and I take one of these. I do that. Oh, I do that, and I take layer 3, and I go like that. Right? Okay, that looks really scuffed, but you get the idea. Why does that? Am I missing a tile? That's weird. That. How on earth did I just do that? Anyway, regardless. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I do. I do layer 1, and I do layer 2, and I do layer 3. So, the basics here are, I do trees on that layer. So if you want to do something like me, and be like really silly, and like, over the top, you want to do layer 1 like this. Like, this is where most of the details come in. And then stuff that you need to stack on layer 2. And then anything that extra is on layer 3. So layer 3 has probably got the least on it. Except here, for example. I need this here because this bit right here is actually like a tile. It should be. It's not. Oh. I don't know why those tiles are missing. So yeah, there's like a little layer down here. I think I could probably move it up, right? Can I move it up? I don't actually know. If I move it up, it unsets the door, so I can't actually move it up. It has to be like that. But that's the basics of mapping, really. As to how I do mapping itself, you'll probably see it as I go on. I have a very painful tree method. Basically, I do the my trees in like the worst possible manner. Which I can show you if I guess if I go in. So my trees are god awful. When I say they are god awful, I mean they are god awful. Every time someone sees me doing a tree tile, like doing tree tiles, they will say that's really like inefficient, and I'm like, yes, it is very inefficient. I agree. However, it does produce really nice results. I agree it's bad. I agree it's really bad, and I really feel like I can do better. But there isn't like a lot of ways I can do it better. Do I really want to keep this tile? I definitely want to keep this tile because this tile leads from this tile. So this tile leads from this tile. This tile is basically an extension of this tile. It's like a different version of that tile. So basically this one could be, you could have this one, and then you could have, say, this one in the middle of it. Yeah, I guess I have to keep all these tiles. Alright, so I'll do this. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all the rocks and I'm gonna put them in the other side. So I do this, I take all of these. Actually wait, no, I should move the trees first. Or I can move all the trees into layer 1. Onto another layer. Hang on. Okay, make a new layer. Yeah, this is gonna be awful. It's gonna be really awful to watch me, but I'm gonna try, okay? I'm not gonna say it's a good thing that what I'm doing, but I'm gonna try really, really hard to make it so that this is entertaining, or like, you know, informative, I guess is the right word. I'm gonna try my best. Because, I don't know, I feel like people are interested in how I do my trees. I always kind of say they're just not... It's not good to copy what I do. I would say mess around with it yourself. And all that. Because that will probably, in the long run... can't do that with the layers up. Oops. Because in the long run, you will find the way you want to do it. And that's probably a good thing. Finding your own style is half of the fight. Okay, hang on. I need to copy this here then. Yeah, finding your style is like half of the fight. So now that I have trees, I can make tree borders. I got rocks to make sure that I can make rock things. So this is probably not going to be the whole map. I get the feeling that this map is going to be a lot bigger. That or it's going to be split into multiple parts. So I've kind of got the basics of what I want to do. The basic layout is going to be first big area leads to other area or camp, and then camp leads to somewhere else. So if I bring up the image again, I can find the image. Have I still got it open? It does not appear so. Hold on. So for example, we're going south right now. So this is this right here is a continuation of Outage, in a sense. So basically, as you're going down, you're going out of Outage. Hey, Endless, hi. Nice to see you on the stream. Yeah, basically as you go down, you're gonna reach the bog, right? And you know that's I don't know how to explain it. I'm gonna have to make it flow. So basically, you're gonna be in outage. You want to go down to the bog. You go down to the bog, and it's just seamlessly like go to the bog, right? That's the plan. For that, I usually use the same. I look at these tiles and say, for example, I'll pick up like the selector, and I'll take the whole thing, and I'll kind of just like copy paste it, so that I can see where I am going. Problem is, this tile set doesn't really allow me to do that. It's a little bit different to the other one. It's not the same tile set, and it's not set up the same way. So that's the big one there. But I can still kind of use it as a guideline. If I have to, if I keep looking back and forth, I can probably use it as a guideline. It's gonna be a bit of a hassle, but I think I can do it. So, I think this means I'm also gonna need this tile. This tile is the. Where's this one open? Okay, there we go. Yeah, so this tile should be in here at the top, because it is one of the main tiles I've used here. What are we thinking about? What have I done wrong now? Oh, you mean the path thing, right? Yeah. So if I look at outage again, it's a free tile across. I'm probably gonna be just like vocalizing my thoughts while I'm doing this. If I look at, where is it? Why did I start with the middle one? So there's a 3 gap, and then 3 and 2. Oh, was that 1? That's 2. So that would be here. Okay, so this could easily just be like the edge of the path. I could go into the game right now. I could yeah, I can wait for this to load up a bit. I don't think you guys can hear the music from the game, right? So that's good. Is that what you call it? Is it pixels? And then I just have to go. Just set up the transfer. This button? I always forget which button it is. Because I use a different keyboard to everyone else. It's kind of weird. I don't actually have the default one. I'm back. Where are you going? I've lost my map. Hang on. Okay, and then this should lead here. So now, if I go south, hey, I'm at the other map. Okay, this is exactly where I want to be. This is exactly where it needs to be, and then I can expand. Probably mostly to the right, I feel, is probably where it's going to expand a lot more. But it won't expand very far, because my basic plan is I'm going for like a mark. Okay, good. That was kind of what I wanted anyway. I didn't want like the game audio, because like that way I could like listen to my own. Oh, is it loud? Okay, hang on, let me turn it down a bit. I thought I turned it down already, but okay, is that better? Give it a couple of seconds, it might be. Is it better? I haven't tried the music option in this yet, like outsource music. So I don't know how like loud it is. I tested it out before I started, but I don't know if that's like too loud or am I too quiet or is it too loud? Okay, good. As long as it's not blasting people's ears out, I'm fine with it. Let me think. Okay, so this has to be... here, right? Ah, okay. And then it's that tile. This is gonna be very tedious back and forth for a minute. Do you have any questions so far, analysts? I don't know. I don't really know what to talk about. I'm kind of just like winging it. So if you have any questions about what I'm doing, just like feel free. Alright, okay, I see how that's going. Most people can't see that, so. So usually I'm just gonna make a border like this and make it so that you can't really see past it. I think I'm gonna make this longer actually. Let's make it 70 for now, and then we'll kind of like expand it as we go. I don't think it's gonna expand much more than this though, because I feel like it's just gonna like go through different areas. Like I'll go into a cave, it will come back into another cave. I feel like it's going to go from the bog into the caverns, and the caverns are going to be leading out to the outside of the cliff bit, and it would be like the yeah. So yeah, the bog will lead into some caves. The caves will lead into outside areas with waterfalls, and obviously you're going to be going down the waterfalls, and you'll eventually reach a valley. And the valley will be where this village is. So I have to kind of like think. I haven't really thought out how the map is. I don't really plan out maps before I do them. I kind of just do it, and it kind of just evolves. It's really hard to explain how I do it. Probably it's not the most efficient way. Obviously, if you were going to like plan out in a whole game and something, you just like make a plan. When you make a map plan, every time you make a new map, you like plan it out, plan out paths and stuff like that. I just kind of see it in my head and just do it as I go. It's really hard to like show that off because it's kind of like, you know, it just kind of happens as I go, and I kind of just walk through it, you know. That's probably not a good idea to put that there. Let me think. So I'm gonna move this way down so I can see my tiles again, and then it's like this. I think it's just this for a while, isn't it? I don't know. It's only one, and then it's. Oh, okay. Hold on. And also, if you have any suggestions about what I can do with the map, feel free as well. I always like feedback, so. Basically, it's just like a giant marshy area that leads into caves. Oh, you do? Okay, well, I'd be happy to hear what you do. Because it's like, a different perspective is always good. That one, so it's two. I feel like I shouldn't worry too much about this and just focus on making like a grassy area, and then no one will actually see this in the end. I don't feel like it's. I don't think I need to go too far out. Let me get to. It's red, dark, and 2 oranges. Is it the spiky red or is it? Yeah, spiky red. And then dark. So I was saying before you kind of joined the stream that I kind of do trees in like the most painful way possible, and I'm sure you've seen me do it before. I'm kind of like, I don't know why, I kind of do it one at a time, but not really one at a time. I kind of do like a group at a time, which is kind of slow, but it was kind of like works in the end. Oh, wrong layout. Oh. I will probably put stuff on the wrong layer a lot because I seem to do that a lot. There's this one. There's this one. Right? And it's just a copy of that, isn't it? Yeah. Alright, so now if I go into the game, it should, and then walk down, it should like line up basically just about right. Oh yeah, that's a very efficient way of doing it, yeah. The only thing I like, I mean, I kind of just, yeah, I work on my own most of the time, so I don't feel like I need to write a lot of it down. Like, I write down stuff like changes, credits, and all that, but I don't feel like I need to, like, you know, I don't feel like I need to, like, write down locations and stuff like that, because I feel like it's kind of unnecessary for me on my own. Oh wow, that's impressive actually. I change a lot as I go through. So, yeah, I change a lot before I make stuff and then I think to myself, is this balanced? This is not balanced. Do I need this here? Do I need this before or after? And I kind of just like adjust stuff as I go. I can't really explain what I mean, but I mean, I guess you kind of get what I mean. Let me think. Okay, so I got these new tiles I've never tried before, so this will be kind of fun. Do I... Let's see what I can do with this. How do I... Okay. Right. How do I use this tile? Is it like a square? How on earth does Adelia use these? That's weird. How do you use this? This feels really weird. Yeah, that's okay. So, going back to what you said, I mean, planning out every single when you say you plan out every map, does that mean you plan out like general landmarks or layout? Because that's obviously, since we're like doing mapping right now, I think that's the best subject to kind of go on. That's I mean, I kind of be interested to hear about that. Ah, I see. How do I do I can't do corners from this, right? Oh, this is gonna be interesting. I got a limiting tile here. Check Discord. Oh, you sent me messages. Okay, hang on. Oh, wait, you can put. Oh yeah, of course you can put images, can't you? Right. So yeah, it's not really like it's not really like what's it called? What am I saying? That's not really like any sort of planning, but so when you map, you make it up as you go along with this little guide set, right? Oops, sorry. I haven't got a corner tile to go down. That's really awkward. Unless I can... Oh, wait, I do! Oh, that's clever. Okay, wait a second. I might have just figured out my solution here. These tiles are weird. Do I have a tile that can... Oh, I do. Okay, hang on, wait. Oh, that's so weird and clever. You see that? Oh, I've only just like kind of figured that one out because I've never used these tiles before now. These are really like Gen 3 style marshes that I can find. I know of. Oh, that's so clever. Ah, yeah. So basically you do it as you go, right? I guess we're kind of similar in that regard. Because I'll be sketching out a map, and then I'll think to myself, oh, actually, this could be really good if it goes like this. Or, oh yeah, this could be really cool if it went like this, kind of thing. It's one of those kind of deals where you're doing something, and you're like, oh wait, this is really cool. I could do that, and I could do this here, and just kind of continue. It just sort of spirals like that a lot of the time as well. It was interesting to hear like how other people do it, because everyone does it like slightly differently. Okay, so at least I know I'm not like alone in doing that weird like, oh yeah, this is what I'm gonna do, and this is what I'm gonna do, and this is what I'm gonna do, and just kind of like going off of that. This one? Oh. This one. This one. Oh yeah, like sometimes I feel like you have to kind of plan it out, because I was doing this town, for example, and this took me like a couple of days because I was just not really sure where I wanted this gigantic building here, or how many I wanted to do, or how I really wanted to do the town at all. And then once I had like this kind of idea in my head, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go for it. And I just kind of went and did it. The trees took the longest, but the basic layout was done in like 15 minutes. I feel like this is probably the easiest map to do this time around, for the chapter, because I just kind of went for it. I actually haven't played The Last Wish yet. It's still one of the ones I haven't played. I'll try and get on it as soon as I can. I need to kind of get my shit together. I also need to install the tile. There's a resource, isn't it, for marsh tiles to make it act like Gen 4. So maybe I need to find that real quick. Not right now, but later. I don't. Is there not a tile that is basically this? But with this tile? I'm surprised that there isn't. I mean, I feel like it'd be kind of easy to make it anyway. Put this here, for example, and I can go like that. To be fair, I could probably do both. Because I'm not gonna have a lot of like. This is all probably gonna get changed sometime along the line, because I'm not really sure what I'm doing for overall. I also haven't really decided on like encounters here, but I have obviously I guess a couple of like poison types wouldn't be out of place for a bog. It'll probably be like ground types and stuff like that. Stuff that's gonna like. The general like idea I have behind encounters this time around is anything that can kind of counter anything from chapter 1. So like, say you're running around with like one of like a crab roller or a crabominable, which is like easily one of the most overpowered Pokemon of chapter 1, a Tengai, because there's nothing that can stop a crabominable just setting up a power-up punch on you. And just smacking you if it's like 120 something. Aside from like speed, nothing really stops them. So they're kind of an issue that I want to kind of resolve really quickly. So I know that one of the areas is gonna, the volcano is gonna like mess those guys up. They're kind of like they're good against like rocks and stuff, but they're still slow. So when I think of encounters or behind areas, I'm like, what can I do to make it so that you want to use a new team member? Because I mean, a lot of people like they pick a team and then that's it, right? And then they're using that team for like basically the rest of the game, unless they find something they think is cool. And while I don't think that's a bad thing, I also don't want people to like kind of stick with the same team the whole time, because it's like there's a whole game of like a whole game of full of Pokemon all over the place, like that you could easily like catch, train up. Like it's the point of Pokemon, you know? To experiment, I guess, is one of the key things about Pokemon. So I kind of like giving people that option. Not by overloading them with encounters, but like overloading them with encounters that might help them out. Maybe not overloading. That's not the right word. I'm like some weird stickler for balance, basically. Like if I can't balance the game out right, then I just kind of like, I don't know. It's not fun. Ooh, do I have a tile that can do this? I do. Ah, this is such a this looks so weird now. The layout's so weird. It's like these tiles are really like specific in that they're not like rounded, they're kind of like sharp. Yeah, they're really sharp. Which I'm not really used to, since Gen 3 tiles are like mostly like quite, I guess, like rounded and I mean it's kind of a breath of fresh air, really, that they kind of like forcing me to think outside my comfort zone. There's that, which is always a good thing. Now the question is, how do I make them look good? Can I make it dip? Hang on, let me make it dip here. And then... do I have a... yeah. Oh wait, this is a bit too much of an angle, isn't it? Is this too much of an angle? I think it is. I don't think the game likes that. This one? This one. Yeah, the game does not like that, huh? This one... ah, okay, wait, I can do it that weird. That's a really weird, like, angle. Yeah, I can do some crazy things with these tiles. Hang on. This is really, really interesting. Oh, how do I make this one work? Don't think it's... this one's a little bit much. I have to start higher. Ah, yeah. If I do this, it just lines up. Okay. I mean, that kind of works. So, if you looked at a bog, what would you call, like, what would you consider, what would you find in them? Is basically what I think what I'm kind of trying to say. What would you find in a bog? If you had any Pokemon that you could use, what would you find in a bog? My first thought is Krogunk. Right? So yeah, Krogunk is my first thought. Every time I think of a bog, I think of the Pastoria Marsh, and I always think of Krogunk. This is basically the mascot of Pastoria Marsh. And the one isn't that half bad either, so... That Mon is a fighting type, and that fighting type is probably going to deal with a lot of the rock types in the area. Ah, let's have a look at the... I just noticed your message, hang on. Oh yeah, I think most people plan out their region like this before they start, right? Yeah, I think most people plan out their regions before... So, yeah, but what else... Okay, aside from Krogunk, what else would you put in a boggy area, right? So ground types, right? Stuff like, Quagsire, what else could I put in a boggy area? What enjoys mud? Mudkip? I guess maybe not Mudkip. I don't really want to put starters in this game at all, really. If I can help it. Someone's just going to gravitate towards it. It's just kind of boring if everyone just uses the same starter. Like if I'm going to put starters in the game, they're going to be like behind some really like overly complicated like side quests. So like, you want to use it, but like you have to mess around with it first, so... I don't know if I've balanced out my game enough to the point where people want to like try different things. It's really hard to kind of gauge that with like just the first chapter. And honestly I haven't really received many comments about the game. It's like I mean, all I've heard is the game is well balanced. It's fun. It's a new kind of experience. I haven't really heard a lot of specifics, and that annoys me. I don't really like it when people just say, oh yeah, I really like the game and yada yada yada, but like... Have you got anything to say about how I could improve it even further? A lot of people said what they didn't like about the game, and I liked that because it told me, oh yeah, this needs to change. Grimer or Muck? That's actually not a bad idea, yeah. Would you say... Maybe not Galarian, right? Because Galarian's more... waste, like actual like modern waste kind of. The original one's supposed to do like waste as well, right? The original one's like toxic waste, and the newer ones are like, the other ones are like, what are they actually? I'm not really sure. Gasoline? They got a color scheme of gasoline. Yeah, my first thought about Pokemon in this area is probably going to be like water types and like ground types. Because I feel like these are going to be like, they're going to be obvious. Oh, okay, I like this before and after image. I mean, you basically kept this layout, right? When you made it. You added stuff like the little bridges and stuff. Yeah, they're cute. Yeah, that's a nice sound. I like that a lot. Yeah. Now the question remains, where would I put the caves? Where would I put an entrance to these caves? These caves eventually lead down to the... I want to make them... I want to see if I can make it like as explorable as possible. Like, not just the bog, but also like the caves, the waterfall out into exterior area, like the valley below. I want to make it like so that you can just like wander around and like explore to your heart's content, and it won't just be like one. Oh, Gligar. Gligar? Is Gligar more found in the bog? I don't remember seeing it in Legends Arceus in the bog. It was in the mountains, wasn't it? I want to put this here, maybe. I think Gligar was more of like a rocky. It was like in the Coronet Highlands, I think. Oh yeah, but you must have seen like Legends Arceus a few times, right? What else? What else is like really good for this kind of like area? Hold on. Look, let me look down this list of water types real quick. Is Corphish a mud Pokemon? I think it is, right? Oh, I guess Timpole. Open Quagsire, definitely, yeah. I don't know how unaware Quagsire is going to work in this game. I have a feeling it's going to be kind of like over the top. Maybe not. Unaware isn't going to be like too much. I always think about the balance of the game when I'm designing encounters as well. I don't just like kind of... I place them based on the environment, but I also place them based on whether or not they're actually like going to be too much or not, considering at a different point in the game. If I don't have an answer to them, yeah, if I don't have an answer to a specific Pokemon, like, say, I put Gligar in, and I don't have an answer to it, I'll probably put one in later. As it currently stands, I don't really have any encounters planned. Oh, maybe Shelter? Not Shelter. Shelmet. That's the one I'm looking for. I don't know. I think it just screams mud to me. Doesn't it? Shelmet and, like, Carablast? They kind of scream mud, right? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I could be wrong. I think these are just puddles, right? Yeah. Okay, so if I do this and then I do, say, one here. Whole thing's bothering with the... It's like already I feel like this is like shaping up quite well. Thoughts so far? Is it maybe too sharp? Or do I need to round it out a bit more? Or what do you think? I think it's gone. Yeah, I think he's gone. Okay. Well, I think it might be a bit too too sharp in some areas, so I might try and round it out. Oh, okay. That's fine. Yeah, I'll try and round it out in some areas. Maybe that'll make it look a bit less weird on my end. Maybe say here. Do this. Oh, wrong layer. Wrong layer. Do this. Do that. And then we take this one here. That one there. I mean, the problem with these tiles is they're kind of like weirdly blocky. I can't explain it. They're like really blocky. I kind of have to work around the blockiness. More than other tiles, I feel. Because, like, other tiles are more like a square, right? Like trees, they're a square. But these tiles, they're kind of like... They're not squares. It's the best way I could put it. Oh, I can place them in the water as well? Hold on. Wait, I want to try this. Oh, okay, it's this one, isn't it? I do that, and I do... Oh, that's so cool. Oh, this is cool. And this is set up so well. Props to Adelia for this, honestly, seriously. These tiles are cool. These are really cool. I can't really explain how these are cool though. It's like they're definitely giving me like a bit more of a challenge. I don't really feel challenged when obviously I stick to a lot of like the same-ish kind of tiles. But when I have tiles like these, which are kind of like strangely awkward to use. Oh, hold on. Yeah, when I have tiles like these that are strangely more awkward to use, I kind of like the challenge. It's like, can I make a good-looking map? Also, this looks like I love this. Yeah, can I make a good-looking map that challenges the limits of these tiles? Yeah, I think I have to make it more square. I think it's just that's just like kind of the problem with Gen 3 tiles, is you kind of have to make them more square to make them look more better. Ah well, I can deal with that. There's a limit to how much I can do with it, I think. Do I have grass in here as well? I think I can, but I'm gonna have to edit the tile set. Hold on. So I think what I want to do is I want to copy this tile. This one? Yeah. Wait, where's the end of this tile? Is it here? It is here, right? And here, where's the end of this? Where's the end of that? Oh, okay, I think I see where it is. I think it's here? Really hard to see. My eyes aren't exactly like good at finding that. I think that's right. Ooh, that's one bottle. Get out. I take this to layer 2. What's that? Okay. And I'm on layer 2. I can go into it deeper. Have you ever like experimented with some tiles that kind of like out of the norm? Because I definitely feel like some of Adelia's tiles like really don't fit in with a lot of other like, you know, other tiles. You get what I mean? Oops. Okay, now we do this. Nice, now they actually match every other grass in the game. Oh, am I gonna need... I think I am, aren't I? Hold on. I think I am gonna need that. Do I have a... I do not. Please tell me I have another one on the other one. Where is it? Yeah? Yeah. Oh, I don't? Oh wait, no, I do. I do. Perfect. I am definitely gonna need this. Because these edges are not gonna like me otherwise. Okay. Now with that, I can take this and I can put it here. Oh, maybe not there. I can put it on the edge like this, and it will like lean over without me having to make a different tile. It'll be a bit weird on the tile aspect because like right now you can't see it when you do this. But I feel like that's probably not too bad, right? And when I take this one, I can do like say here. Maybe that's no. Maybe not that. I feel like it only kind of works on corners, huh? I'll look at it in game actually. I mean, yeah, this kind of works. Would I be able to walk on this? Probably not, right? That means I could walk here and here. I think this kind of works. It's walkable so far. I feel like it comes into the bog too quickly. I could probably extend this up one and then add this bit flat. Same deal here. Well, actually, no, I'd move it down. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of organic. Kind of. I don't know. Alright, I need to move some tiles around, so let's do... all the way around. Let me do that. Makes it elongated, but it kind of rounds it out a bit more. This one up. Take, not this one, we want this one? Oh, other side. Okay. I think I need to like reduce, because water doesn't really like make spiky edges, does it? Thinking about it. This is probably better if I make it flat. Can I make it flat like this though? I don't think I can. Hold on. I feel like I just made this longer. This looks like a gun now. Okay. So if I assume I'm gonna cover this bit and then like all this in tree, how do I progress from this? I feel like it's fine to make the points with this grass, but not with the water, because water doesn't work like that. Water makes more things. I mean, it erodes stuff around, so it kind of makes it more round. Oh, I need the other side. Okay. Still, it looks nice when it's rounded though. I think it's the intent. What the heck am I supposed to use these tiles for? These are in the these are in here by default, so I'm not actually sure what these tiles are actually meant for. The thing about these flowers is I can place them basically anywhere. Okay. I have an idea. So now, okay. So if I say, for example, the cave entrance to, like, the falls is, like, over here. That means I have to build up to that, right? So I think what's going to happen is we're going to have the bog with the cave, and then the caves can lead out to a couple of other boggy areas, and then they can eventually lead out into the outside waterfall area. And then obviously, to progress, you will need to go down the waterfalls. When you get to the bottom, you can reach the village or the valley, or whichever one I want to do first. And down there, you can grab the function for waterfall, and then you can go back up the waterfalls when you're done. Now, whether or not I make it so you find it midway through whatever you need to do on this path, or if I want to give it almost straight away so you can just go back up. I think it's probably better if I withhold waterfall for as long as humanly possible. People can explore the area before going back up. But I also don't want to limit people's exploration. So it's a little bit of a weird choice here. Maybe midway. So that if you've explored a little bit of it, but then once you've explored enough of the area, you can go back up. And then you can do whatever you want. I mean, one of the points that was brought up in the jam version of the game, not the release that I made afterwards, was that you could basically do every single route minus the end bit that activates the story, and then you could just power for everything else. And I never thought about that. And then once that got brought up to me, I thought to myself, how can I incorporate those players as well? Because there will be players who do that, right? Rarely, but there will be people who can do that. They'll be like, how can I want to test the limits of this. And, like, how can I give them a reward for doing that? Or, maybe not a reward. Reward's not the, how would I let the players who do that know that I also thought of the people who do that? It's a weird little kind of like. It's the thing with this kind of game. It's like it doesn't really have. It has story, but you could basically, for the most part, ignore the story. Maybe not ignore the story, but like you can do the story, but there's also like a significant amount of like exploration to the point where it's more of an exploration game than a story-based game. I kind of want to make some kind of balance between that, but it's really hard to do. Especially in, like, Essentials. It's a challenge. It's a challenge to think about, admittedly. So yeah, that there's a lot of things that go through my head when I make the Tengai. A lot more things that go through my head than when I'm making like Axis, for example, because Axis is basically a standard Pokemon adventure. But for Tengai, it's more of an open world exploration game that I have more in mind. I don't know if that came across in Chapter 1 at all, really. Because basically, Chapter 1 is finish a route to unlock the rest of the story, or the next part of the story, and then you get locked into a bit for a while, and you come back, and you go back and go and explore somewhere else. But I don't know. I don't know if that in particular feels very rewarding. I tried my best to like make the game fun without like, taking all the fun out of the game. You get what I mean? Oh, style. Maybe I'm just spouting off a lot of thoughts at once. I don't know how I'm gonna make. I feel like I'm gonna try my best, and I want to see how it'll evolve. It's a weird analogy, that evolving. It's mostly what Pokemon's about, really. It's about exploration. It's maybe not recently. I don't know. I feel like modern Pokemon isn't really about exploration. It's about... Actually, what is modern Pokemon about? I'm really confused now. I just realized that. What is modern Pokemon about? What kind of audience are they looking for anymore? Because I'm really confused about what kind of audience they want. They're looking for kids, definitely, but like, I feel like the magic of Pokemon is like not only the world itself, but like the way it's constructed. And I just can't feel like it. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like modern Pokemon games feel very. Definitely the Gen 8 feels weird. It's a world, but it doesn't feel like alive. Legends Arceus was a good step in the right direction. How the hell am I supposed to do this angle? Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know. We had more questions with Mashi. That's just what you need to hear, isn't it? I asked myself more questions about the future of a franchise that's been going on for 20 years. I think the franchise is going to be fine. It's as strong as it always was. It's always been strong. Maybe sometimes it's strong in the shadows. Because I feel like it definitely went semi-underground for a couple of years. It was always there, but everyone kind of forgot about it. Weird to say that, isn't it? This is like... People have loads of like experiences with different gens, but like... I feel like it disappeared. Or like... It wasn't as big and mainstream as it is now. Like... Say... I want to say like 15 years ago, right? And then all of a sudden, Pokemon just pops back out of the woodwork. It's really confusing. It's really like an interesting thought process. It's like I feel like I wasn't around. I wasn't around for any of the booms, right? I've been with the ride since 2009, I think. So I've been around for a while, and I've seen a lot of evolution. No pun intended. In the Pokemon franchise, I've seen the jump to 3D. The jump to 3D was exciting until I actually played the game, and I was like, "Oh, sorry." I didn't get X and Y until just before Oras came out because I didn't have the funds. But I saw enough playthroughs of X and Y to know that I wasn't impressed. And I still to this day, I'm not impressed by X and Y. I feel like they had so much potential and they floundered it, basically. A lot of people have fond memories because it's their first gen. But those people don't know what it was like to play through, like, Gen 4 or 5 for the first time. I was so into Pokemon when Gen 5 was coming out. I was, like, watching all the Japanese stuff coming out. Like... There was a lot of Japanese, obviously the Japanese releases for Gen 5, any Pokemon game before Gen 6 were not worldwide releases. They were Japan and then everywhere else. Usually Europe last. People seem to forget that. But yeah, so Pokemon was not always like a powerhouse. It has its moments where it disappears. It has its moments where it reignites itself. But it is always controversial for some reason. I don't know, I enjoy the franchise, but I just feel like the modern games have problems. And it's hard to vocalize what exactly it is. Because it can't be the designs. The designs have only gotten stronger over the years. Like, Gen 7 has some of the strongest designs I've seen in Pokemon ever. Right? A lot of the Pokemon I really like, it's like Pokemon like Lurantis, Alolan Vulpix, Incineroar, Primarina, like all the starter final evolutions, to be fair. Like, I like so many Gen 7 Pokemon. I can't say nearly the same about, like, Gen 8 or, like, Gen 6. Like, when I think of Gen 6, I think of, like... See, the fact that I can't think of a name off the top of my head just shows that they're just so uninteresting. Another one from Gen 7, Cutiefly. Like, there's a lot of mons that I didn't play Gen 7, like, to death. Like, say, I played Oras to death, right? Because there was a huge gap between Oras and Sun and Moon. Because from 2012, they were doing basically yearly releases, right? It was like a yearly release. It did. Oh no, not from Sun and Moon. Not from X and Y. They did it from Diamond and Pearl. So it was Diamond and Pearl, Platinum, Hot Gold, Soul Silver, and then Black and White 2, and these were all in the like each year. This is a span of 5 years. All those games came out, right? And then X and Y came out, and then ORAS came out the next year, and then we had a gap for the first time since Diamond and Pearl came out, and we had a gap of like 3 years. And during that time, I fell in love with competitive Pokemon. I also fell out of love with competitive Pokemon. It got very old very quickly. The metagame evolved. New events, Pokemon came out. I got the event for the Johto hidden abilities. I can't say the same about any. I haven't really interacted with many of the events in game since ORAS, basically. So I don't. I've got a couple. I got quite a lot of the Sun and Moon ones. But say I never got the shiny Tapus, or I never got like I haven't got any of the Gen 8 dogs, the wolves. I haven't got them shiny either, or like any of those Pokemon that have gone shiny. I haven't got any. So I think they released Tapu Lele and all that stuff recently, right? Shiny. I never got any of those. I got the shiny. I think I got shiny Tapu Koko. I think that's the only legendary Pokemon I got shiny from an event in recent memory. So yeah, that was that tangent. I knew I was gonna go on a tangent. I had a feeling. I feel like I need to like vent stuff out while I work. I'm not gonna apologize for it, because it was gonna happen eventually. I like having a event session is always good, right? It's always good to vent, except in Among Us, right? You need to let out steam a lot. Yeah, being able to let out like personal frustrations and stuff is healthy. So like when you feel like this is gonna be me going to really random like moral advice here. I mean, comes out of the woodwork, right? But like never feel sorry about having to vent to someone. If you have someone you can vent to, please do. It is never a hassle. If you're friends with this person, right? Never think it's a hassle to vent to someone when you find something really annoying, or when you need to really get something off your chest, because keeping it in isn't healthy. I've had years and years of pent up like frustration from stuff like this. It's not fun, right? Where did they even come from this? I didn't even know where I was going with that. I want the willow trees. Where are those willow trees? I'm gonna have to open the damn. Okay, hang on. This is gonna be awkward. Hang on. This one I want. Where this tile sets. Where is it? Ah, yeah. Okay, take this. Okay, we take this. me take this and this. Oh, wait, hang on. I need this one, and I need that one. It's wrong. Okay, do I want to change these colors? I probably do, right? You know what color I should use for this? Something lighter, right? What would fit here? I think orange. I want a darker green. I don't want to like an orange or something autumny. I want something like maybe I should just use this color. Let's see what these do. Actually, that kind of works. Okay, we'll do that. So now with these tiles, they are going to be a bit more limited because I'm going to only be able to put them like here, for example. Oops, wrong there. But I could probably use them like this. Ooh, wait, these look really nice. Hold up. Hold up. I'll do that. I can do... Is it gonna hide it? No, it doesn't. Okay, nice. But yeah, this looks nice. I very much like the look of this. Might need to change the default tree though. Maybe the color needs to match. Maybe I should use the... Oh, I know. I can use the... Whatchamacallit? This color. 1, 2. I do that and that. And I take that and that. Ooh, yeah, that stands out. Okay, I like that. I've been live for an hour and a half. Okay, so maybe like another half hour. I'm not gonna make this long. I don't want to be live too long. I need to get some sleep. Right, there is a tile in here that needs to go. I need to figure out where though. 3 across there. Okay, I think I can do that, right? So it'll be across that one. It has to be here? Question mark? Yeah. And then there should be one of these here. I clicked the wrong tile for a second. I actually have a yellow filter on my screen. Because I spend a lot of nights doing mapping like this. So I need something to protect my eyes. I have a history of I used to have spend a lot of time mapping, and then I realized after a while that my head was starting to pound from all the blue light that I was absorbing into my eyes. I talked about this on the Relic Castle Discord, right? And someone told me, oh yeah, you should get Flux Light. And I was like, okay, I'll get Flux Light. And I have literally not had a headache since. And this was like a year ago. The program is brilliant. I can dev at this hour a night. Although it comes with the downside of my screen being like a yellow tint for like most of the time I'm on it. Which is maybe not amazing. but it works. I just realized that was showing up on stream. Oh well. I was checking to see if my Wi-Fi was working. I had to restart my PC earlier because apparently I got an update for the recording software, and apparently my graphics card was out of date, and I was like, oh, cool. So I had to go and download the new graphics card because it wouldn't let me use it otherwise. That was fun. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get home, I'm gonna do a bit of stream, come back, get into my game, you know? And then that happened. I was like, ah, okay. Maybe I'm not doing that right away then. So it's that one. I think that's too much. I think I accidentally copied something too much. So it's that one, red, and then a gap and an orange. Round orange. So I don't need that one. I think the red's here. And then it's a gap and then it's orange. Right? Like here. Alright, now that I have this, I'm gonna quickly just test it in game and see how it works. It's always good to test every once in a while when you're mapping. So that everything like feels like it flows together. Say for example this map, right? I'm gonna walk down, I'm gonna walk through it and see, oh man, this feels really nice. Like it all kind of flows together, and I'm making sure that all these trees are like lined up and stuff. This one's off by 1, for example. But you won't be able to see it because I'm gonna making the tree border like here. But if you think about it logically, it will, you know. So this will probably be the marshy bit. I don't know. I don't know, this feels kind of off to me, but maybe it's just because I'm not used to the tiles. I feel like that might be it. Maybe I need to adjust the colors slightly. I don't know. Maybe I need to adjust the colors. I might do that. In the meantime, I'm gonna move this here. These two can go across. I did that. And I do this. Yep. And then this one's easy because I just all have to do is like that. Now that should be the right length. If I have to zoom out a bit. So there's gonna be a tree border here, and there's gonna be a tree border like here. And that should block out all of the like annoyances. Should we say? I think that's the right word to put it, right? From here, I guess we could maybe like this. Oh, like that, and then here. And we keep it up. Oh, maybe not that much. I need to curve at some point. Like that. Oh, that's not good, is it? I need to do this though. So we take this bit and go there. Oop, that's wrong. I think I need to put this here. Do that, put that like that. Okay. Yep, that's the one. Obviously, this sounds like the rambling of a madman to anyone who's watching this VOD, but I don't know how many people actually to watch the VOD. I just felt like doing a dev stream. I don't really do a lot of them, and I kind of want to do a lot more of them, but I don't really know what to say when I'm deving. And I also need to learn to talk on my own about stuff. I need to, like, as great as it is to have friends with me every time I stream, it would be infinitely more worth it if I knew how to like entertain an audience on my own. So I feel like I'm gonna try doing that a little bit. That's probably gonna be my plan. That's what I'm gonna try and do anyway. I think this won't be like surfable water. This will probably be like puddles. Like the tile set will probably terrain tag will probably be like puddle. I don't remember if there's. Is there? Here's the battle environment. Does it change? This is the terrain tag. It doesn't have its own encounters, right? I don't think it does. It has an effect on this Pokeball, though. Wait, what was this? Oh, Divefall? Really? Huh. I didn't realize that. That's kind of interesting. Alright. I didn't know Divefall works on that. I'll remember that going forward. I don't know if this is essentials, or if it's actually like, you know, canon. That's really interesting. So as you can see, my tree thing is not amazing. My tree technique is not amazing. I'm not gonna apologize too much for it because I feel like it's just something I do. How the hell do I use these tiles? I need to look at the example map. Hang on. I'm sure he has one. Let me see if I can find the tiles that he uses this in. Where did he put these marsh tiles? See if I can find an example map. Wow, is this it? I can't. I need to look at it closer and I can't. Yeah, I can't tell. I don't know if this. I don't know. I don't know if this feels organic enough. Hang on. I'm gonna try messing around with the. I'm gonna try messing around with the terrain tags real quick. Oh, not terrain tags, for priorities and stuff. Because that might help the overall feel if I'm banging into objects instead of like running through them. People complain about doing terrain tags. I think they're really quick. I mean, if you have a longer tile set, yeah, sure. But you don't need more than one tile set per map. Like, if your game is long enough that you need more, you need to like spread your map, usage out, or sorry, your tile set uses out, then I think you're doing something wrong. Because for the most part, you do not need to... Yeah, you don't need to, like, max out your space. I don't know why people seem to think that's the way you have to do it. You don't have to use one tile set to do everything. Like, look, I have this many tile sets for basically every area. I don't see the need to... Oh, I need to make these terrain tags too. Turn that one, that one. I need to make this solid. I'm not using them yet, but like I need to make them solid. These all need to be solid as well. I think that's basically what I needed. Okay. Now I'm gonna... I don't know, something's just bothering me about the layout. So I'm gonna just test it real quick, right? I feel like I've done it a lot. I mean, I've done most of the map. So like, say if I walk on here, right? It feels like I'm running around in the map. There's nothing like stopping the player from running into Pokemon though. Like, most games will be like, okay, we're gonna place the grass in the like, most awkward way possible so that the player has to like move through it. There's none of that really here. Yeah, there's none of that really here. There's no encounters here either, so... But I've already got a couple of ideas, so it's not that bad. So, I still have a bit of place over here. I've got about this much space? Yeah, okay. So I've got about, roughly about this much space to use up. I might put some more of this bit here, so I'm gonna go like here. And I do this, and I go like that. I feel like these tiles are exactly the same thing. I don't see anything different between them. I think they're basically the same tile, right? Yeah, okay. This one needs to go like this. That one. I'm gonna curve it off here. Like there, and then we go like that. And we go like that. Let me do that again. Oh, maybe not there. Hang on, wait. We go like that. Go up. And then we curve this bit here. And we go like that. Okay. And that's like basically what I wanted to do. So I, for the most part, will use I will use the pencil, but sometimes I'll use I'll sometimes use the template thing, right? But for the most part, I'll use this because this is easier for me to use, like placing individual tiles and making sure everything's like in the right place and yada yada yada. Like to make sure everything kind of works and like works together. I'll place stuff like that. It's always good to like have your own, like I said it before, right? It's always good to have your own style. So don't just follow me. You can take my advice, right? But there's a lot of things that I feel like I do wrong. So I'm not always the best example. I think at the end of the day, it's whatever you think is the best for you and what you do when you map. And obviously you can copy me. I don't mind you copying my style. The Because at the end of the day, I also learned from like watching other people. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with learning from other people. Okay. I think this is a good time to bring this up, right? I have seen recently people who think my stuff isn't good enough. I am gonna give up and try and get other people to help out with my project and do the art and all that, because I don't feel like I'm good enough at this. And then they pump out this stuff and it doesn't look half bad, but they aren't willing to put in the time to practice it. Please, if you think you're not good enough, there's only one thing to do, right? And that's practice. Now, one person might think to themselves, okay, my stuff isn't that good. But another person might think, wow, this stuff is amazing. Right? So obviously, it's a point of perspective. And then with art, there's a lot of like weird little quirks and stuff. There's a lot of neat little tricks you can do to like trick the viewer, I guess is the right way to put it. So, say for example, I could have an item hidden behind here, right? And no one realizes it until someone randomly bumps into here. You can trick the viewer with that. Or you could hide a Pokeball like here. It would show a little bit on the side here. I actually might do that. I might put a Pokeball like right here, for example. It's like, it's all a perception. I think I'm like going off from weird tangents and not actually going sure what I'm talking about. I'm not sticking to a subject. Right. Basically, practice makes perfect. Use references. Don't trace, because you aren't going to learn anything by... I mean, you'll learn by tracing, but don't make it your sole way of learning. Tracing is good, but I think copying is a little bit better. When I say copying versus tracing, I mean tracing is basically you take an image and you put some trace paper on it and you draw from that, right? Whereas copying is basically you look at an image and you try and recreate said image without tracing it. Like freehand, if you get what I mean. Right? Now, I think that way of doing it is probably the way you're going to learn without stepping a lot of people's toes. It is probably the best way of doing it. So, if you think, I would definitely I would try that, right? If you want to learn anything about, like art, or drawing, or whatever, I would definitely recommend looking at references and learning from these references, because references are how you improve. Like, you won't improve unless you use references, I think. Unless you have a photographic memory, in which case you have references, but they're like in your head. You know? Oh, this is an awkward angle. Hang on. Oh, my angle's here, then, isn't it? Ooh, that's an awkward angle. Hang on. I've just gone off on another tangent here, but this is a really awkward angle. Hang on. Ooh, that's an awkward angle. Hang on. Can I... Here, right? Yeah. Okay, sorry, what was I saying? Yeah. Tracing, bad. Referencing, good. Definitely reference if you're trying to learn art. I am not an art expert, but I can tell you that definitely works if you're trying to learn something. Because I've had to use it before. When I rarely make tiles, I have to use that technique. I'll look at something and I'll be like, yes, okay. I'll be like, this goes here and this goes here, this goes here. Oh, I can do something like this, or I can do something like this. It's the same with mapping. It's the same with pixel art. It's the same with digital art. It's the same with traditional art, water painting, everything. Reference is key. You will not learn anything about anything unless you use references. Everything has a reference. Among Us is a reference. But yes, that's what I'm saying. So like, there are references everywhere. And you just have to... Most of the time, they're just a quick Google search away. You need a reference? Look it up on Google. You got loads of and loads of examples. Right? Oh, this is actually looking kind of nice right now. Huh. Yeah. So yeah, references. Definitely check out the references. Oh, not that one. Okay. So I want to do this. I want to do layer 3. So my basic tree layout, as I said before, layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. Just like this tree over here, right? 3, 2, 1. That's how you do it. Now, you're wondering how I'm doing this. So if you press F4 or you go here, if you go here, F4 dims all other layers, right? I have this ticked because if I don't do this... Actually, wait, what does that even do? Yeah. Oh, wait, yeah. I actually don't remember what that does. Wait, is it? Huh, I don't actually know what that does. Oh, it makes it so it doesn't... Okay, yeah, I see. I actually don't know. But yeah, so you can use these keys if you want to like fast to it. So F5, F6, F7, F8 to go to events. I personally just hit the buttons. Maybe you feel faster on keyboard, you can do that. There's a lot of neat little tricks. So you can zoom out with this. This is the furthest you can zoom out. If you make a really, really big map, and I mean like a gigantic map, say... Well, I mean, this is probably one of the bigger maps, right? If I go into half, it doesn't fit, right? If I go into this, it fits. So, always bear in mind that a map... So that's a little tidbit, right? So this is probably going to be map 1. I don't think this is going to be the only map. I'm also going to have to import, like, you know, cliff tiles in a minute, but... I'm not trying to decide whether I want the cliff tile to go... Do I have a vertical, like a big drop here? Or is it like a little ledge thing that you can come, have a cave here and you can have, like, an entrance down here? I could do that. But then I have to be really careful. I mean, obviously, I can still expand the map. So I could probably do that. Yeah, I can probably do that. So yeah, I think I'll make a little cave. Maybe not here. Maybe like down here. So this bit here will be a cave. And then there'll be a ledge here. And that'll be like the first bit. And it would like introduce the mechanic of this right here. So right in front of the cave, there'll be like this. Obviously, it would, like, you know, beg the question of how do people get from this to here? So that's something I need to think about because it's still a commercial route at the end of the day. So you kind of have to, you know, you kind of have to like think about this kind of thing. And yes, I am eating ice cream, so I'm also eating ice cream whilst I'm talking to you guys. I said at the start of the stream, this is casual. I'm not taking this too seriously. But I'll teach people if I want. Like it's always worth trying new things. This one, I can put that there. I found this really recently, but I can do this, and it looks really nice. And it doesn't hinder the player in any way, because this tile is also solid. So, well, it's like you can do some really cute little things. Like you can, there's a lot of like little decorations and stuff I'm probably gonna do near the end of the map development cycle. I usually leave that kind of stuff to the end anyway, so. It's here, isn't it? This bit. I think that's it. I need to check real quick. So you guys are actually hearing one music and I'm hearing a different music. I have a file on my PC and it's calling the file on my PC. I don't know how annoying it's probably gotten after 2 hours. If you are going to listen the whole way through. I'm hoping that my voice is enough to like drown it out enough to like... I just felt like me on my own with no background noise was going to be really, really annoying after a while. So I thought I'd add like a little tune so that when I'm actually not talking, it didn't like, you know, annoy people too much. So there's going to be like a tree line here, I think, because they can still see that. So basically from here, this tree line is going to be up here. Maybe like this bit. Basically, it's going to be whole tree, fully tree. I'm still, obviously, as I said, I'm still trying to figure out the layout. I didn't really plan this route too well, so I'm still trying to like learn what I can do with these tiles. This is on. Is it on there too? Oh, it's on there. Wow, that's bad. Why did I do that? I have to like overlay it. But yeah, I feel like in 2 hours I've made a pretty decent like amount of progress. It doesn't look like a lot, but I've been messing around with tiles and making sure like everything doesn't like feel weird and out of place. So I feel like in that regard I've done really well. And that's probably like the best feeling. It's like you're doing something and you're like, oh, okay, this is fitting together like almost perfectly now. Not this layer. I keep forgetting these for transparent bottoms. Now, I'm trying to think of what else I can put in a bog. I guess Yanma? I can look at the. I'm gonna look at the Great Marsh real quick. The Pastoria Marsh, right? I'm gonna look at the Pokemon you can find. So you can find Tangela, you can find Psyduck, Hoot Hoot, Noctowl, Marrow, Yanma, Wooper, Quagsire, Azurill, Tropius, Starly, Bidoof, Barrel, Buddy. Why are those last ones in there? You can get Arbok in here if you really wanted to. Is there anything new if I go down more areas? Or is it always the same? Oh no, isn't Carnivine in one of these? Yeah, you can get Carnivine, you can get I think Krogan, because oh yeah, you can get Krogan there. Execute, Kangaskhan, Paris, Yanma. Oh, we can get Drapion in here? I didn't realize that. That's cool. Oh yeah, and you can get like Carnivine and stuff as well. Okay, so I've just looked at the yeah. Okay, I got a pretty good idea of what yeah. If I could perhaps okay, I think I got a pretty good idea of what I can use. I know I just got like kind of silent. I was like reading stuff. Right. I was reading like what the encounters were, not like numbers and stuff, but like what they were, and like thinking to myself, oh yeah, what can I do here and what can I do here? So that could be interesting. Wrong layer. I can't tell if that looks jank or not. It might look a bit. Oh, I still get Steam notifications here, huh? Well, for the most part, I probably get like 2 people on my Steam thing up. So 2 or 3. So don't worry too much about them. You probably won't see them very often. Is this like? Oh wait, you know I could do it like this. Yeah, like that, and then not here, but here. Ooh, I like that. That makes it look a lot deeper than it actually is, though. Because these are weird tiles. They're not like... Is that a water tile? I guess it is, right? I mean, it kind of works. Wait! I just realized what these are. I didn't actually realize what these grass were. This is not grass. This is a green swamp. Oh. Oh no. I did all that without realizing. Oh, that's pretty interesting. Okay. Oh, I suddenly now understand a lot better. Okay. But then why is this tile... Why does this tile exist? That's weird. Is this... Wait, is this water? Or is it a I'm really confused by this tile now. Is this tile what I think it is then? I mean, okay. I think it actually might just be grass. But now I'm a little bit unsure, so I might have to ask Adelio. Okay. I do... Hang on, if I do... I just choked on my own spit. Oh. Okay, so yeah, that blends in. Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna do that. It's actually gonna be more interesting if I had some more variety anyway. Do I add... Okay, now the question is, do I make it water or do I make it... yeah, do I make it water or do I make it... Because I can't tell if this is solid water anymore. Or if this is a puddle. I'm gonna assume it's not puddle. I'll go under the assumption it isn't a puddle. Because I was initially thought that was a puddle, but I don't think it is anymore. This is already looking pretty nice. And it's a good introduction to, like, the marshy area overall. I don't know if I want it to be more marshy downhill. I feel like it should be more marshy down here, right? Oh, it's not that. This... Oh, that's weird. Why did I do that? Ah, whatever. Yep. So basically my tree tiles are just gonna like disappear like that. I have actually been... Someone said to me that I actually do it really quickly. And to that I responded that I am very used to doing it. That's why I've got such a speed on it now. Because I'm so used to like... the thing is, right, I don't just pick an individual tree most of the time. Like recently I've definitely been like grabbing like bunches. It makes it so much quicker, and it honestly I don't feel like the player base would actually notice too much if I did. So yeah, once I realized that, I was like, I could probably get away with doing this. We'll see. I don't think I'm going to get any comments on it, per se. So I think I'm probably going to get away with it. If anything, I'm going to try and... How do I explain it? I feel like I should change the music soon. Do I have any other music I can put on? Hold on. Let me change the music real quick. Properties. Do I have anything? Anything isn't going to get me copyrighted. Let me try... Maybe... Oh, maybe this one, actually. How does that sound on the stream? I'm probably going to be able to hear it in a minute. Hang on. Actually, wait, no. My desktop audio is off, isn't it? Okay, so that's a bit of a change. It might be that might be better, right? I don't mind. I think Pokemon tracks and remixes are probably fine, right? I was worried about desktop audio, but I don't think I need to be. I had to like look around and try and make sure that all my desktop stuff wasn't like gonna copyright me while I was listening to music. Because I want to... Okay, the thing is, right? If I'm streaming on Discord, I can listen to my own music and they can't hear it because it only captures the window, right? But here, I wanted to capture the whole screen so that people can see me going into windows like this. Discord does not like me doing that, basically. Like, the last few times I tried to do a full screen on Discord, it just crashes. It crashes the stream. So... little annoying, not gonna lie, but let's do this. Yeah, it's a little annoying, but I figured on a stream like this, it shouldn't be as bad. I don't know what muting the audio does. Muting my desktop audio does to the people on Discord when I have friends in a Discord call. I might need to add a new tab to my source just for Discord. That might be the... Yeah, that might be the idea. Okay, sorry, I'm getting distracted. I need to stop looking at Discord. It always makes me distracted. Let me think. Okay, so... Basically, my general, like, okay. This is the topic to talk about. My general layout when I'm making maps is main features, grass, trees, minor details. So minor details will be stuff like this, these two tiles, right? To me, they're minor. They're not high priority. They're not like anything like that. Because you can add those whenever you want, right? Where's the... This tile? This tile. This tile. Yeah, so they're not high priority, right? Like, you can do them whenever. It's not that big of a deal. But yeah, that's the basic like structure I have when I make a map. I feel like I just extended this a bit too much. Hang on. So I think I'm gonna have to add the cliff tiles in a minute. Now, the thing about me and cliff tiles, yep, there's my flux light. Thank you for that flux light. The thing about me and yeah, the thing about me and, what are they called? Oh yeah, the thing about me and elevation is I love elevation. That's what I was going for. I lost my train of thought for a second. Yeah, I love elevation, right? If I can add elevation, I fucking will. Like, absolutely 100%. Now, there are some moments where you really need to chill on elevation. You can add elevation to towns, right? Okay. So, I am so glad I'm out of chapter 1 because I did it, right? There is elevation. But it's really, really like minor elevation. I'm going into places I shouldn't be touching. It's like really minor elevation, right? This is what I consider really minor elevation. Right? Now, as much as I like really minor elevation, I also like really nice elevation. Like this. I've really come to love elevation like this high. Because if you have an entrance here, and a cave entrance down here, and you come out and you see across here, it feels cool, doesn't it? And it's something I like to mess around with, especially in caves. I really like caves. I'm gonna try and not do as many caves as I can, because I always kind of go a bit nuts on caves. And the thing about caves are, and especially in Essentials, the cave encounters are kind of dumb. And also, it kind of limits your encounter pool. So I have to kind of like sit back and tell myself, Mashi, don't put yourself through this pain of caves. Don't put caves everywhere, please. You need to like diversify your environments to make sure that people are enjoying themselves, that they explore new places, and that they aren't just trudging through caves. I'm kind of okay at caves. I'm gonna toot my own horn on this one. I'm actually kind of okay at caves. I don't toot my horn about a lot of things. I am okay at caves. Yeah? So... yeah, that's my cave tangent. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, but Mashi, this entire area is basically a mountain. And to that I say, yes, but caves do not have to always be mountainous. What am I saying? No, caves have to be mountainous, but mountains don't always have caves. They can be or accessible caves. Now, there will be some caves. For example, we have the Lush Caves, which is going to be caves with trees. in them. Basically, it's going to be like a giant open cave. A ravine, which is basically a giant split in the earth, which is a cave. Swampy area, waterfalls and caves? Caves. Volcanoes? Caves. You see what I mean when I say I have a problem with caves? Now, the reason there's this many caves, right, is because this is a mountainous area. And it's kind of hard to do a mountainous area without overloading it with caves. Now, okay, I keep saying now, and I'm going to stop myself right this second. Please stop doing that, or I have to slap myself. Now is not an insert word. I have to keep using. The thing is, right? A mountainous area needs caves, and it's okay to do caves a lot if you can make them different. Now, what do all of these areas have that's different? Lush caves are not just normal standard caves, like, say, this, right? This is a standard cave. Now, this is probably the most basic cave in the patch. This is set. There's a volcano, a fiery cave, a watery cave, and a grassy cave. Now, those are going to be like the variations. I don't know what to do with the ravine yet. I feel like a lot of my inspiration for like the caves was, or like the idea behind the caves was Minecraft. Now, I'm not even going to deny it. I actually like Minecraft. Like, I do like Minecraft, right? Oh, I can probably expand this. I'm just going to extend this out one. Because it's gonna bother me. This sharp. Sorry about that. Okay, is it dusty in here or something? Jesus. Am I done? I'm done. Okay. So yeah, extending out. Caves. Okay, different types of caves, yeah. So since we got these 3 different types of caves, for a mountainous area, that's a lot of diversity. Like, it doesn't have to just be rock types, right? Which is good. If I had to, like, solely use rock types, I think I'd kill myself. I've done a really good job so far of not using Geodude and Zubat, which are the 2 most common Pokemon found in caves. Chapter 1 had a cave. I didn't use Geodude or Zubat. Right? How the heck I did that, I have no idea. I used Rock and Roller, but Rock and Roller isn't Geodude. I don't know how I managed that. So, will I be adding Geodude? Actually, wait. Electric Cave. I like that. Yeah, I'll use a Lowland Graveler. That's probably that's a nice idea. I had that. Do you know what I mean? I come up with stuff on the spot. Great. Great to come up. Like it's right when you get random ideas like that, where you just come up, where you're just like ranting about something, and you're like, oh, this could actually be really good here. It's a nice feeling. Admittedly. Yeah, so, cliff tiles. I think I'm going to need cliff tiles here. So, we're going to go to outage, because this is like, you know, cliff tile. Cliff tile central, baby. I don't know why I didn't just copy this entire bit of tile set and just go for that. I don't know. I felt like annoying myself. Right, so, from here... I don't need the ashy ones. The ashy ones I can save for the Ashlands. Now, do I want the tall cliffs here or do I want the normal cliffs here? I think I'm going to do normal cliff for the first layer. And then from here I'm going to do... Yeah, I'm gonna do normal cliffs for the top area. And then I'll make it a bit steeper for the waterfalls. But I'll keep the thing there, because I'm probably gonna need it. Go on. Yeah. Now, I also have another weird thing with these. So I have so this is a thing that's been okay. I'm gonna talk about this because it's a thing that's been bothering me for a very long time, and I have voiced my concerns about it before to Maruno, who keeps Subessentials alive, basically. I really hate followers. Like, I've said it before, the way that followers interact with the environment is awful. Doesn't mean I don't just mean following Pokemon. I meant like partner trainers, right? Bruno doesn't really care that much about partner trainers. I love partner trainers. It's a fun way of like limiting a player in an area, right? So like they can't surf, they can't like and that kind of stuff, right? And that it gives you like a new sense of how a new way to play, basically, right? Maruno doesn't care that much for those, and I kind of get it. I kind of get it, right? But I still love them anyway, because they're just really, I don't know how to explain it. I just love partner trainers. It's like I like having, it adds a bit more like character to them, if you get what I mean. Where are my corner tiles? Yeah. That's not the right corner tile. Do I not have the corner tile for... Where are my corner tiles? Hold on. I think I need the corner tile for that. Ah. I didn't copy this tile over. Okay, and save. I thought that was weird. Okay. So I'll explain what I do with weird. Okay, so actually, before I continue about my rant with those guys, right? So followers until V20, which I know it's getting fixed finally. Every time you walked next to a ledge that had a weird a different possibility, this passage thing right here, see this? So this dictates which way you can't move. So if I did this, for example, if you were standing on this tile, you wouldn't be able to move up, right? Now that's really important for cliffs, I find, because it means that you can stand on the edges of the cliff tiles, these cliff tiles here, and it looks more natural, right? Now the only thing that's bothered me with this so far is that I haven't been able to walk around with partner trainers in these kind of areas. And finally, 4 years? 3 years after I asked Maruno, I told Maruno about this issue, gave him examples, showed him the whole works. He has finally gotten around, and he said to me, you're gonna be waiting, because this is a feature I'm not even remotely worried about at this very moment. It's like low priority. And I was like, okay, fair enough. I'll live with it for a bit longer. And finally, in Essentials V20, this issue is fixed. Now, how did he fix it? He rewrote the entire thing. Because he looked at the code then and there when I was asking him about it, and he said, this is a mess. I'm going to rewrite this at some point. I was like, thank you. That's all I ask. I'm so glad that's happening. That's one of the few things in Essentials that has bothered me for years. That I have not been able to use partner trainers to their fullest. Because I can't use them on ledges. Basically. Now, what does that have to do with what I'm doing right now? Okay, no, let me go back to this. Okay, right. So the reason why I really like this is because I can now have trainers on ledges. Now they fixed it already in the in the following Pokemon, right? Following Pokemon has already got this issue fixed because it uses code from V20. It basically updates. It's got the updated function, right? It means it's got fixed a while ago, because that update came out maybe like January. That was a click. Right, where do I go up here, or do I? Yeah, I'll go up one and I'll go. Oh, okay. So we'll move a bit away from what I was just saying. There's another thing I wanted to like kind of point out when you're mapping. So one thing that's really, really, really important when you're making a game, a Pokemon game in RMXP, respect the grid and respect the player, right? Pokemon in this format is a grid-based game. What this means is they are going to be moving like this and like that. They are not going to be moving like this or like this, right? You build a map with that in mind, always. So you don't do crazy things like have a ledge here and then like this and then like this, right? Because that, well, I mean you can do it, but just don't do it somewhere the player can walk. So basically, if the player can walk there, make it as easy as possible for the player to move around in this area, right? Because if they can't move around easily, they will complain, and someone will look at me like, "This is really shit." And you don't want that. It's shit, and it's not fun to play through either. No, okay. Sorry for the like really abrupt saying it, but like it's really, you don't want to play through that, right? Like think to yourself, if I was walking, and then suddenly this path suddenly went. I'm gonna go to the highest layer. Like say for example, you take this path, right, and it goes. Like, that's not fun to play through, because you're going to have to go like that, and then like that, and like that, and like that, and like that, and constantly, and it's not fun, right? The path needs to be simple, follow the grid, and make it sure that the player is not suffering from moving, like, the button every 2 seconds, right? No one wants to go into an area, right, and go... Give me a second. Gotta, like, load everything. I should really disable the script when I'm not... like making events. Right, so I don't want to be like going in a map. That's gonna get really exhausting for the player's hand after a while, right? So that's the idea here, right? Ooh, wow, I don't know why that's broken. I'm trying to figure out what that is. Something to do with the items. I think it's because I changed the item layout. Anyway, I think it should be fine in normal versions. I think it's because I need to restart my save. So, that is really important when you're making a map. Is you have to think of the player. Now, while we're on the subject of talking to the player, if you're standing in the middle of this is what the player can see, right? Or a little bit above and a little bit below, right? The player can only see this in a normal Essentials game. With this in mind, you build the map. This is what I was saying earlier. I always plan, I use these grids to make every single grid as interesting as I can. Obviously, this is a little hard when you have a water route, for example. I could probably show you, actually. Hang on. Now, it's really hard to make a water route. This is Pokemon Axis. It's out, but not like this. Like, it doesn't look like this in the release version. So, if I go to here... Now, you have to make the water route look interesting, right? This is basically how you make a water route look interesting. You have to add little things like little islands, and then like little spots in the ocean if you really want to. Rocks to break it up. You can see right here, right? This is probably one of the emptiest tiles in the entire, or the emptiest viewpoints in the entire thing. And it lasts 2 seconds. So you try not to like make as many of these. Everything has. Oh, it might. Well, this is my opinion, obviously, but like, you try and keep something, some kind of like viewpoint in every single one of these blocks. Right? I find that helps boost player it helps boost the player experience, right? It's like there's rules. I have these. I feel like there is rules, and a lot of people don't follow them. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the zigzaggy thing. I have actually seen a highly rated fan game have a zigzaggy path, and it annoys the hell out of me. This game is Pokemon Desolation. I'm calling them out. That one route after the fire gym? No. Please. Fix that shit. I actually think they are fixing that, though. I think they said they were going back to old areas and fixing stuff. So I'm really hoping that one was on the list. Because I hate that route with a passion. It's obnoxious to walk through. There's a lot of grass. And there's a lot of zigzags. And it's not fun to play through. So I'm hoping that's one of the ones they're changing. If they aren't changing that, then I'm gonna get really annoyed. And I'm actually gonna like personally request, please, if you don't do it, I'm gonna do it myself and give you the fucking map. Because I will actually do it. I like that game. I like it a lot. But I don't like that zigzag. That zigzag drives me insane. So yeah, there's a lot of things that boost the player experience when you're mapping. And those are a few of them. If I think of any more, I'll tell you guys, but I can't think of any at the minute. I kind of just feel like mapping more. Oh god, am I going to start doing trees now? I don't know if I should start doing trees right now. Now, I don't know how many streams I'm going to be doing like this often. I don't know how often I'm going to be doing these. I'm going to try and do them like semi-often. Because I kind of want to like learn to talk about deving. I want to see if I can I've learned a lot, right? I've been doing this for is it 5 years now? I think it's 5 years. I've been doing this for half a decade. I've seen this engine evolve, grow, like all of that fun stuff, right? I've seen 4 different versions of Essentials come and go. When I started, 16.2 was the main Essentials version. We're on 19.1 right now, and coming up to 20. 20 is coming out very soon. Now, before you guys ask, I do not know when exactly it's coming out. Nor do I want to know when it comes out, because it's probably going to break half the scripts that everyone has. I kind of want to keep on, because 19 has been out for what, a good year now, and like most of the big scripts have been updated to work with 19. One thing about 20 that's going to be nice is that we're going to get Gen 8. We're not going to get Legends Arceus, but we're going to get Gen 8 base, right? Which I'm fine with, because I saw that their discussion in the Essentials Discord, which is basically Lucas Game Cafe. And I kind of get why they don't want to add it, because it's like Legends Arceus added a lot of weird little like yeah, it added a lot of weird little things to the battle system that make it kind of awkward with other game and with the game engine. Did I just? No, I didn't. So like adding that to essentials was a bit. They just saw it kind of like as a bit more of a hassle than it needed to be, and I totally get that. Because as I've played like Legends Arceus, I've seen a lot of the weird battle things, and they are like really awkward to translate. The styles don't really add anything to essentials, to be fair. I would really love to, I mean, and some of the stuff that's already like some of the stuff like oh fuck, I'm missing a tile again. Yeah, some of the stuff like, say for example, okay, Frostbite, easy enough. And Drowsiness, like, that's also really easy to add. Like, it really is. Like, they're really easy stuff to add in. Like, for example, Tengai has Frostbite. Right? Like, it has Frostbite. In its current version. Like, the one that I released a couple of days ago. I removed Freeze and I added Frostbite. Freeze is not reliable. Frostbite is, and it's a lot more interesting and useful. So I was like, in a game with loads of snow, I feel like Frostbite actually works tremendously well. So I adopted it, and I mean, you can do it. It wouldn't take a lot, I feel. Nope, not there. Like, it wouldn't be a lot, really. It wouldn't take a lot to add in. It wouldn't, like, it's not a difficult status effect to manage. It's basically burn, but special. And everything that you need for that is in 19. Like, you literally just copy burn and change it around a bit. And it works. My Frostbite works. Now the question is, are you actually going to be able to trigger Frostbite half the time? I feel like I might need to boost the rates on it. It's going to take a bit more testing, but I think it's going to be, you know, pretty useful. I think I might need to boost the rates of Frostbite during a snowstorm. That might be something I need to think about. Because that wasn't something I was thinking about when I added Frostbite to begin with. But if I do... Yeah, I think I might do that. Maybe not right now, but like a bit later. It's not important to me. If I did it right now, I'd go on a gigantic tangent, and I can't be bothered to do that. I just want a map. Like what I want to do right now is I want a map, and I want to talk. And I feel like those are the two things that are gonna be more entertaining than watching me struggle with. Actually, it wouldn't take me that long thinking about it. And let me just double check how it would work. How do I make, so if I look for, no, not Sandstorm. What's something that activates in, is there a status effect that actually does have heightened chances in weather? It doesn't. I don't think there is, right? I'd have to find an example somewhere else. I can't be bothered right now. Yeah, well, let's not do that. Let's not do that. So, what are we doing with the map? Okay, so I guess we're going to put another one of these here. It's going to be really small. Do this. Do that. And then we do this. Okay. Let me do this. Okay. Yeah, I'm running out of topics. I've kind of like exhausting my topics right now. There's not a lot of topics I can talk about when it comes to this. I have a lot of like big things, and it's a lot easier for me to like spout out stuff like this when I'm like talking to someone. So it's like a bit hard for me to do this on my own. It's always nice to have like a look. Like I said earlier, it's always nice to have a little rant. Like it's always worth it. So I'm gonna reiterate: if you need to rant to someone, if you have someone you're really comfortable with, please rant to them. Don't worry about if you're bothering them. Or actually, you know, ask them first, and then if they don't mind, then do it. Might be easier. Right. It's always it's always worth it to if you have someone like that. It's just great to get it off your chest, you know. Just gonna refresh chat real quick. Nothing new. Okay, there is no one here. It's fine. I like talking to the void. It's like talking to myself, but like more constructive. I will occasionally put in like little bits of grass like this to... I don't know, I say that I do like most of my polishing like little bits like this at the end, but I do kind of I put them in every once in a while, you know. Do I have my... Yes, I do. I kind of weave I weave them in a bit. So yeah, weaving them in is probably good. Do I need to keep talking? I don't know. I'm probably going to end the streams. I thought I was going to end at like 2 hours, but it's always been 3 hours. I'm still talking here. I mean, I feel like I've got a lot of my points out. I feel like I've vented. I think I'm venting right now. I've been talking about venting, but I feel like this is me venting out to anyone who's gonna listen. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes you just need to talk, right? And sometimes you just don't want to bother like your friends. Why did I use this tile? Oh right, I used that tile because of the it's closest. Right. So this will be the first cave. You know, I said earlier about not letting the player do zigzags. This is exactly what I meant. Like, you won't be doing zigzags here. And if anything, I can hide an item here. So what I mean about, you can find so many places to hide items. It's not even funny. Like, there is so many, like, places to hide items. I know I got one of those. Oh, hold on. That can't be right. Is there not one? Huh. I could have sworn I had one of those tiles. Easy fix, I guess. I can always just change this one, actually. I'm not going to be using ash tiles here. Okay, hold on. I mean, it'll look a bit funny because it will look a bit, what's it called? It'll look a bit glittery, but it's fine. It doesn't matter that much. I do this, the corners. And then if I do that, oh, seamless, nice. Yeah, it's just a lot of little neat tricks like this that really like kind of. There's a lot of little neat tricks you can do. I don't know how else to explain it. It's like there's just a lot of neat tricks. It's a green too. It's hard for me to actually like do that, isn't it? I have to make another. I can actually make another one, but with a darker. Nah. No one will really notice it. I will, however, grab the... Where is it? The... Oh, there it is. Oh, is it there? Okay. I want this cave tile, basically. It's basically just like a gigantic entrance to the cave. I like this because I kind of made it myself. I don't... Oops, sorry. And I can just put it here, for example, right? And then just kind of like... Yeah, I could just be like here. Put it like that. And, just go for it, I guess. So then I do this. Did I put it on a different layer? Oh, I did. Like, why is that? Why did I do that? That's so weird. No reason for me to do that. So yeah, I said it earlier. I basically try and stack as much as possible on one layer. Like most of this is on layer 1. This is probably going to be made a bit more fun by fogs. I'm thinking of adding defog at one point as well, but I'm still a bit on the fence about it. Like the valley could definitely have more fog. Having defog and then finding the village would be cool. There's a lot of ideas. So yeah, there's a lot of ideas I'm kind of experimenting with in my head. To make the experience more like... Yeah, more interesting. I like messing around with different things and seeing what sticks. Eventually we will find... You'll probably find out how my experimentation went. Because it'll be in the final product. I usually stick to my plans. I usually try and keep myself consistent. But I have been doing game dev for 5 years. I'm very painfully aware of the fact that I change my ideas quite quickly. A lot of the time it's because I do a lot of mapping, right? Like if there's one thing I do a lot of, it's mapping. Right? Now, one thing I've noticed about me and mapping is that I will slowly evolve. Like, my mapping will slowly but surely evolve. And then eventually, I'll look back on an old map and be like, this looks awful. I'm going to redo this. And I've kind of got myself into this perpetual loop of that. Yeah, I've kind of got myself into a perpetual loop of that. Which is, it's good, but also at the same time, it's bad because for a game like Axis, like I showed you before, right? I spent 6 months remaking every single map. I'm just gonna let that sink in. I spent 6 months remaking, I want to say 15 or more maps. And they all look incredible. You can find them on my Twitter. I'm gonna just plug myself. I'm just Masher Sakura 3 on Twitter. You can find me there. I posted them all on Twitter. All those map revamps, I posted them on Twitter. They're all there. There's a gigantic thread. You can look for it all. Have a look at it all. I was working on that from August till March. I was basically consistently uploading a map every week during that time period. There were a lot of times where I did skip a week, but mostly because I was very busy. Like, sometimes life just catches up, you know? I can't just sit there and map all the time. As much as I want to. As much as I would love to, like, sit around and map all day long. Oops. I get very burnt out if I do that too much. I'm surprised I haven't been burnt out on this yet. I don't know what it is. I'm just really, really enjoying mapping this. Like, I'm taking my time. I'm not, like, pushing myself to finish maps on a deadline. Now, I had to do that for Game Jam, the original version of this, basically. The original version of this was a Game Jam game. I still have the copy of the Jam version, but no one else can get access to the Jam version anymore. If you want to access the game, it's the version 1 or above. It's version 1.2 at the minute. This is mostly just bug fixes. Man, this is looking really good. Alright, how long have we been live? Almost 3 hours. Okay, I think I'm gonna wrap up. Because I do need to go to sleep. I've got a lot of phone calls to make in the morning. Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare. Right. So, if you are rewatching this video, because this is going to basically be a rewatch at this point, thank you for watching it, because it's a very long video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you agree with some of my things. If you didn't agree and you have your own ideas on what I said, please feel free to leave a comment. I love to see feedback. I really, really love to see feedback, right? Because everyone has their own ideas, and if someone says something and I agree with this something, I can implement it into what I do. I could try and make my, make my workflow better, right? Anything to make my life easier, basically. So anything I've said today, if you have your own opinion on it, please feel free. I am always listening out for it. I'm just realized this is on the wrong way. Always up for advice. And if you want to like ask me for advice or something, please don't hesitate to like send me if you're on like the Relic Castle Discord or something, just send me a message. Seriously, if you have a question about mapping, I'll answer it to the best I can. I'm not stingy about that. I like seeing people improve. I like seeing people improve, right? So anything I can do to help the community, I will do it. And please don't be intimidated by the gigantic red, not red, but like the moderator tag next to my name on the Discord. I promise I'm a friendly mod. I just don't talk a lot on Discord. I am a lurker. But I love talking. If you talk to me. So... But yeah, so... That is basically it, I think. I'm just gonna do that so I know what to do when I add this cave bit here, down here. Okay. Yeah, that's basically it. That's all I wanted. I think that's enough time, right? So yeah, comment below if you didn't, if you agreed with something. If you didn't agree with something and you want to voice your opinion, feel free. Comments are right there. If you really like this video, share it around. Go ahead. If you liked the content, I do games mostly, but I will try and do a bit more dev streams. I don't promise it. I don't promise anything because I am very inconsistent. Maybe I'll have a message if you don't want to like talk in the comments. If you want advice on mapping or any like of my opinions, feel free. I guess subscribe if you want to see more of what I do. I mean, that's totally on you. I'm not fussed. Like I said, I'm inconsistent, so I don't expect me to like be constantly uploading. I'm gonna upload when I have free time. I've been trying to do it more recently because I'm kind of like on that grind. But yeah. So thank you for that.